Managing risk is a very key component in option trading. And we saw earlier that risk can be defined as the probability that my actual return will be lower than the expected return. You can also think of risk in option trading as the probability of the trade going against you. So let's illustrate this with an example. Suppose I'm trading an FT strangle, wherein I've sold a put option at 10,300 and I've sold a call option at a strike of 10,600, and on each of the legs I collect a premium of $50. So individually on the put side, my break even becomes 10,250 and on the call 10,650. But since I've collected a collective premium of $100, my actual break even for this trade becomes 10,200 and 10,700. Now, let's say we have a scientific mechanism to figure out what is the probability that the price of Nifty within the duration of this contract will expire within our strangle range, that is within 10,300 and 10,600. And let's say we figure that this probability is 68%, which means that there is a 16% probability that the trade may go wrong on the put side and 16% probability that the price may exceed the call option strike price. So in this case, the risk of the price breaking the strangle range will be 16 on the put side and 16% on the call side. It becomes 32%. So if I'm doing this kind of a strangle wherein I'm considering risk as the probability of the price breaching my strangle range, that is either falling below 10,300 or going above 10,600, that probability will be 32%, which defines my risk. On the other side, if I want to compute the risk of losing money in this trade, and so that range will be the range of my break even. So on the put side, I will start losing money if the price falls below 10,200, and on the call side, if the price were to go above 10,700. And let's say these probabilities are 10% on either of the sides. So out here, there is a 16% probability that the price can fall below 10,300, but there is only a 10% probability that the price will actually fall below 10,200, and likewise above 10,700. So if I were to compute risk from a viewpoint of what is the probability that I may actually bear a loss as a seller in this trade, so that will be the risk of the price breaching the break-even range. So which will be 10% on either of the sides, which will be 20%. So in the second part of this course, we will figure as to how do we actually compute, very well calibrated probability of the price being within a certain range or the price breaching a certain range. But just bear in mind that the way we will go about managing the risk or computing the risk for a trade will be by way of probability. And if you are making a two-sided trade or even if you are making a one-sided trade, we will always look at the probability of the trade going against us, which will define the risk of our trade.